we're gonna get it in. We're gonna make a little short video on this. On we're gonna look at the patch notes and read it up and see what's good. So let's go. The development team has acknowledged that following in season 2 update, the overall game balance has shifted too heavily into offense. Yeah, y'all say y'all was gonna make it defense, and this joint is just Monopoly 50-50 Mario Party boys. We sincerely apologize that the actual balance change did not align with the development intentions and policy previously communicated to the players. They should know that though. You add everything that's plus frames and everything that's homing into plus. That's just mix-ups. That's offense. That's not no defense stuff. So it's kind of weird that they didn't know what they were doing. We deeply regret not being able to address the improvements and adjustments that the community had hoped for. Moving forward, we are committed to distinguishing between issues that can be addressed quickly and issues that require more time and community feedback for proper review. Okay. The emergency patch scheduled for release on Wednesday, April 16, will address high priority bugs under point 1. Alongside these fixes, we also implement battle balance adjustments based on the following policy directions. Increase the maximum health value to help mitigate situations where matches are decided through overly one-sided momentum. Yeah, that's when people just mix you up all day and just cook you. That's like half the matches in season 2. In light of the current damage environment trend toward inflation driven by offense, heavy game balance, and increased aerial combo damage, the maximum health value will be increased. This adjustment is intended to ease situation where matches are too easily decided by one-sided momentum. Yeah, because there's matches that if somebody just keeps rushing you down and putting you 50-50s, you just die, right? So I wonder how big of the health is. Gradually adjustments to overly high reward moves. This update adjusts overall inflation of attack strength and combo damage by implementing adjustments that can be done quickly to moves that provide excessive reward. There's a lot of moves like that in season 2, right? The joints with the excessive reward that just beat the bricks off of you and just keep clapping you. We recognize that as a game wide issue rather than a problem limited to specific characters. It is, and we plan to continue reviewing and tuning these aspects progressively. Examples of adjustments include in this update: balance adjustments to high performance moves that can repeatedly create advantage situation and lead to one-sided gameplay. That's a lot of characters. Lars, Victor, also Santa. There's a lot of characters that could just keep blending you, right? And it makes it mad unfair. Jin. Adjustments to these moves with disappropriately high reward compared to their risks, ensuring fair risk reward balance. Paul needs to get nerfed. Jack. Rebalancing the offensive and defensive aspect of the heat system. Currently, the benefits gained by attacking player through the heat system are considered too great. Yeah, when dudes is in heat, it's kind of a wrap for you, right? The following adjustments have been made. Revised damage scaling when using heat dash to suppress combo damage inflation. Okay, so heat dash combos do less damage. That's a W. You don't want to die from a heat dash combo, especially the Spike Boys. Adjusted frame badge on hit for heat engages, maintaining benefit of the attacker while allowing the defender for more opportunities to respond. I'm interested to see how plus it is. Additional adjustments have been made to chip damage as following: reduce additional chip damage during heat. Change the system so that moves which already deal chip damage do not receive extra chip damage while in heat. So if a move already does chip damage, it's not going to do more chip damage in heat. So that's good. Future updates will also include adjustment of the amount of chip damage dealt by individual moves. Okay. Future balance and next update planned for mid-May. Adjustment will include reducing air combo damage. They been need to do that. The damage output is too high in this game. And reevaluating the performance of heat bursts. Yeah, heat bursts, too much range, man. And some of them track. It's kind of dumb. And then Huaran's low crushes. Additionally, we will continue to reduce issues that cannot be addressed in this update, such as moves that consistently create advantage situation leading to one-sided matches, attacks with disappropriate high rewards related to their risks. Moving forward, we remain committed to incorporating player feedback and will focus on resolving cases of overly dominant character performance and interactions that result in one-sided gameplay. The maximum health has been increased from 180 to 200. Alright, so 20 more health points. Accordingly, the threshold for activating rage has also been raised. Oh, since the rage activation threshold is based on 23% of a character's total health, that increase in maximum health will change the rage trigger point from 43 to 47 HP. Oh, that's crazy. As a result of the change, rage may now last slightly longer than before. Uh-oh. And there may be situations where it's harder to KO an opponent in rage. Uh-oh. That's not good. Since this could lead to more frequent comeback scenarios, the baseline activation threshold of 23% is under review and may be adjusted. That's OD. So you basically longer, dudes is gonna be enraged longer, and they're gonna be harder to kill while they enraged. That's not good, man. Cause stuff does too much damage in rage, man. That should do too much damage in rage. Now we gotta be like extra scared. Alright, that is a L change, man. We don't want people to be enraged. I think when you enraged, you should just get smacked one time and you die. You shouldn't be enraged for too long. Throw. In the previous update, adjustments were made to ensure that throws would still offer some advantage to the attacker, even if the throw was broken, based on the idea that throws are less effective against opponents who can react to tech after seeing the throw animation. However, considering that throw breaking is a high-level technique reflecting a player's practice and reaction speed, it was deemed excessive to impose a penalty on the defender for successfully breaking a throw. As previously announced, the fine training has been made. The mechanic where the defender receives 5 recoverable damage upon successful throw break has been removed. That's a W. After hit, when transitioning into running motion, the opponent's recovery time has been reduced by 8 frames. Change the frame advantage from +17 to +9. My man, that's not even a difference, bro. +9, you still gotta guess on +9, bro. My man said from +17 to +9. Like that's much of a difference. My man said +9, bro. That's still, you still gotta guess. The only thing that's not gonna be uninterruptible is if somebody do like a 20 frame move. If they do like something like 20, like if you do like leads 1+2 after heat engages, then yeah, you could mash them out of that. So it's like that only benefits if somebody's doing a slow move that's like 20 frames or something, or something like that. You know, like 1+2 with Lee or any other slower moves. So that only affects that. Heat dash. Change post aerial combo damage scaling from 70% to 60%. They only took out 10%. Change the recovery damage restricted when performing a heat dash after forcing the opponent to block a move from 7 to 2. Change the recoverable damage. Okay, so it's more recovery damage. Due to this change in aerial combo scaling, this discrepancy has been identified between some sample combos and actual damage. Will be addressed in a future update. All right, it's kind of different. Chip damage. To reduce chip damage on block, the following adjustments have been made. Moves that do not normally deal chip damage, to lessen the additional chip damage applied during heat, the chip damage scaling has been changed from 25% to 20%. As a result, chip damage from blocking heat smash attacks has been lowered overall. Okay, that's good, because heat smashes do too much chip damage, so that's a W. Moves that deal chip damage, by default, adjustments were made so that no additional chip damage is applied during the heat for these moves. Oh my god. Oh, chat. Yo, chat. This right here is a bad change for Lee. Because the moves you were going to do with Lee is like what? Running 3-4, 4-4-2 just frame, 4-4-4-1 just frame, Hitman up 4-4, Hitman up 4-3. Those are the moves you were going to do in heat anyway, right? So now those moves don't do extra chip damage. They just do the same stuff without heat. You know what I'm saying? So there's really no reason for you to go for chip damage with heat anymore with Lee, because the moves you were doing in without heat already do chip damage. So there's no benefit in doing it while it's in heat. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, I guess that's like a slight nerf for Lee. Yeah, when it comes to chip damage, he's never been a big chip damage guy anyway. So moves when properties change in heat, or moves that deal increased damage due to a character specific heat system. Due to revised chip damage calculation, some moves were exhibiting excessive variation in chip damage. Adjustments have been made accordingly. Okay, so some moves that did too much chip damage, they got lessened. They don't do as much chip. Key charge. In the previous update, adjustments were made to reduce the overwhelming impact of counter hit based offense. However, it has since been determined that combining charge attacks with elements like rage or staging can lead to excessive potential match-ending damage in a single hit. As such, further rebalancing has been implemented. When a charge attack hits the opponent, the damage scaling on the first hit has been changed from 150 to 110. Damn, that they lowered the damage a lot on the key charge boys. Moves that induce war stagger. In future Tekken 8 updates, the development team is committed to minimizing situations that lead to one-sided exchanges. Among these, moves that trigger a wall stagger on block were particularly concerned. Such moves could easily create extreme advantage +10 or more when used near the walls, forcing the defender defending player into a powerful mix-up situation without any opportunity to respond. To reduce these kinds of one-sided scenarios, the team has reviewed all wall stagger on block moves across all characters. Any move that previously created an advantage of plus 10 or greater on block will no longer trigger a wall stagger when blocked, OD. Specific affected moves are listed in the character by character adjustment sections. Fix throw break. Fix an issue where certain input combinations were allowed to break throws that could only be breakable either one or two only. Effectively enable breaks for both types. That's weird. I didn't even know about this. So these system changes are kind of like whatever. Let's look at the character adjustments thing. Okay. Where's the character stuff? Okay, this is the character stuff now. Okay, let's go. Alright. Okay, Jin. Alright, let's go with Jin. In version 2.0002, Jin received a rebalancing of the Sashing stance, which was previously enhanced in Season 2. As a result of the adjustment in version 2.0, during Sashing 2 and during Sashing 4, became major contributors to excessive combo damage. Yeah, too much damage in Season 2. You could just keep looping you too. Additionally, the newly introduced running 3 into 4 transit into Senshin in Season 2 granted Jin exceptionally strong offense, continuing near the wall. It enabled him to force one-sided pressure on opponents without reprieve. I don't know what that means, but I'm guessing that he could just take his meat out and clap you. I guess that's what it means, right? Taking these points into consideration, adjustments on Jin's performance have been implemented ahead of future updates, in line with the overall balancing direction. Alright, so running 3 into forward, the timing a move can be performed at transition session has been delayed by 6 frames. Okay, so that's a big thing. The frame bound block has been adjusted from plus 12 to plus 6. That plus 6 is still mad high though, man. I don't think you can even sidestep after plus 6. Damage change on Sashin 2 from 25 to 20. Yeah, you still gotta guess. Plus 6 is still a lot. The opponent's behavior on down hit has been reverted to previous state to prevent follow attacks from connecting after Sashin 4. Sashid 3 plus 4 and the 2 plus 3 4. In accordance with the overall adjustment policy, War Stagger is no longer triggered on block. Oh yeah, it does a staggering move. Down forward 2-4. Expanded the hurt box. Elevating situation with certain attacks with whiff. You can armor at least now. Yeah, you can heat burst now. That's true. Before you couldn't do none of that. Yeah, so that's better, but it still forces you to do armor or heat burst, right? It's not something like I would prefer if you could sidewalk or something. Like make it like plus 3 or 4 that you can still move afterwards. Because plus 6 is like plus 6. I think plus 5 and 6 is still you gotta hold that kind of. The only thing you could do is obviously heat burst or armor. So plus 5 and up is hold that. Plus 12 and up is actually super hold that because you can't heat or armor, right? Alright, so what they did with June? Oh, they nerfed her too good. June was seen as rebalancing off of a Izumo stance related to moves that were pretty strained in Season 2. Before Season 2, June's Izumo stance had limited effectiveness in breaking stand-up block, making a situation underused option. To address this, various enhancements were introduced in version 2. However, these changes unintentionally pushed the stance's strengths beyond intended levels, creating balancing issues. Key factors contributed to the stance's excessive strength. Startup of the low attack during Izumo 4 plus 1 was sped up in version 2, making it nearly impossible to block on reaction, difficult to evade, even with sidestep, resulting to an overwhelming strong move. Yeah, you couldn't react to that. That knockdown low, well, her is OD in that Izumo stance. The mid attack during Izumo 3 already had moderate tracking against sidestep, and with only a few options, you could consistently beat defensive choices with minimum risk. Yeah, that joint was broken. New Season 2 move, Yakamodachi, doing Mirage 1 plus 2 was highly powerful, enabling June to force her Izumo offensive opponents with a little counterplay. Due to these factors, June was able to repeatedly pressure opponents from Izumo stance in ways that left little room for effective counterplay. In light of these overall game balance direction, we have implemented early adjustments to tone down her performance. With these changes, our aim is to preserve the core offense strength of Izumo while making it more manageable for opponents to respond, ultimately promoting deeper and more balanced mind games. So 1-2, 1-2-2, up 2, and 4-3-2. Reduce the recovery time inflicted on opponent by 2 frames. And the advantage on block has changed from +6 to +4. Okay, that's better. That joint used to be +6? That's OD. The downward hitbox of the first attack has been reduced, making it easier to sidestep. Izumo 3. Okay, you can sidestep. Tracking performance has been reduced on Izumo 4, making it easier to sidestep. The startup of the attack has been changed from 19 to 20 frames to 19 frames. With the adjustment above, when Jun uses his move from a +4 situation, the opponent can move it more easily evaded by sidestepping it to the right. Okay, so you can sidestep the 4 now. Doing Mirage 1+2, reduce the recovery time inflicted on opponent by 2 frames, and the advantage on block has been changed from +6 to +4. Alright, you can move. The behavior on comp pick has been aligned with that of normal hits. Okay, what is Mirare 1+2? What move is that? Expand the hurt box, allowing situations where attacks will whiff. Okay. Down forward. Okay, so that's hurt. Oh, so Kazuya's down forward 3, 2, 1. According to the overall adjustment policy, War Stagger no longer triggered on block over Kazuya's moves. Alright, so they nerfed King. Good. And King received behavioral fixes along with a rebalancing of his Season 2 added move, Stampede. Yeah, that broken joint. 3-2-2, Broken Boys. Stampede Crash has proven to be highly versatile in regular match play, with his third hit, when held, enabling powerful offensive pressure via a transition into Jaguar Sprint. Yeah, he got a full mix-up when you block the charge version or you get hit by it. Additionally, it became a particularly dominant tool in wall combos, allowing players to repeatedly apply the strong offense after launching opponents to the wall. Taking these points into account, King has received a permanently balanced adjustment in line with broader update policy, aiming to scale back the move strength ahead of further updates. The second hit no longer connects as a natural combo after the first hit lands. Fire! Hold that, you bum ass string. The hitbox of the third hit has been reduced, making it harder to connect against opponents in a downward state. Yeah, that means it doesn't work as a wall combo anymore. Yeah. The hitbox of the third hit has been reduced, making it harder to connect against opponents in a down state. Yeah. Alright, let's go. Reduce the tracking ability of the third hit. Oh, you can sidestep the third hit easier. Reduce the hitbox of the third hit, making it harder to connect against opponents in a downward state. Jaguar Sprint 3 powered up version. In accordance with the adjustment policy, War Stagger no longer triggered on block. Okay, so you could do stuff after blocking that boy. Jaguar Sprint 3. Down back 1+2-2. Fix an issue where recovery guards will not regenerate after transitioning into Jaguar Sprint with 3+4. Following heat activation animation. The third hit grounded before. Okay, so it doesn't hit grounded anymore. It still works at a wall combo. Okay. Fix an issue with transition into Jaguar step with back 3+4 when currently triggered. So these are much needed nerfs, so that's good. Alright, Kuma Panda. While standing 1 into hold 2. According with the overall adjustment, War Stagger is no longer triggered on block after a while standing 1 into hold 2. Kuma, Heat Smash. According to the war adjustment, no War Stagger is good no more after the Heat Smash. Hunting 3+4. Fix an issue with opponent's behavior upon heat activation dash during the airborne did not match with intended behavior. Akuma Panda, quarter forward 2-1. Fix an issue where heat dash could be activated on whiff under certain conditions. I didn't know that was a glitch. That's OD. Kuma Heat Smash. Fix the bug with damage scaling and not bad distance with being reset on hit. Yeah, that was broken. Due to the fix, discrepancy between certain sample combos and to actual combo damage has been identified. This issue is scheduled to be corrected in a future update. Panda, down back 1+3 during heat. Fix an issue with opponent's ability to act after being hit was delayed by 1 frame. Lars, dynamic entry 2, damage change from 19 to 17. Lars, dynamic entry 4, damage change from 23 to 19. Down back 2-3 hold. It doesn't war stagger anymore. Doing limited entry 1. Change the opponent's behavior on hit and adjust the frame rate. Yo, that joint was +26 on hit. Dynamic entry 1. OD. I didn't know that was that mad plus. My man said +26. Damn. Yo, that joint went from +26 to +4. Yo, that's crazy, bro. That's like he get like a guaranteed move after getting hit with limited entry 1. That's crazy, man. I don't know what they were thinking. What's good, Manny? Down back 1-1 down. Fix an issue where the heat timer will not recover when transitioning into day doing heat. 1-1. Fix an issue where the heat timer will not recover when transitioning into SE doing heat. Dynamic entry, silent entry, limited entry. Fix an issue where the remaining time of heat will not recover depending on the time of inputting a follow-up move. Down forward 3 into down. Fix an issue when inputting down 3 or 2 into 1+2 when intentionally caused doing D to combo after. Fix issue when inputting down back 3. Down forward 3-1 would intentionally cause doing. Oh yeah, that's that broken joint. The down forward 3 into down used to be able to get the DE 1+2 to combo after down forward 3 on hit. So that was a bug. So they took out that broken shit that he had with down forward 3, and then he get 2-1 into 1+2 with a 1+2 DE. And then cook you, so that's good. So he's nerfed, but he still might be top tier. Honestly, he still might be top tier. I don't think it's enough, but it's a start, right? Okay, law, 3+4 4, doing dragon charge forward 4 in accordance to overall. Okay, it doesn't war stagger. Down forward 3-2-3 and hitman 1-1-1. Fix an issue where he dash could be triggered on whiff under certain conditions. When did this ever happen with Lee? Y'all ever had that with Lee? With down forward 3-2-3 or hitman 1-1-1? Would heat dash could be triggered on the whiff? I've never had that happen. That's weird. Alright, in accordance to overall adjustment policy, war stagger is no longer triggered on block. Oh yeah, for the war stun. Doing lightning glades 4-2-4-3. The consumption of remaining heat has been changed from 100 minus 120F to 2040F. To adjust increase in the heat timer consumption. When returning to a standing position, doing lightning glare 4-2-4, the heat timer was reduced by 20 frames. When transitioning to full boot, the lightning gear only consumed. Okay, so Leo's still broken because they literally didn't even change anything besides the consumption of heat. Doing 4-2-4-1, 4-3. Yeah, she's still broken. Yeah, she's still broken. All right, I guess you're still top 5. Lydia, 1+2 hold. In accordance with overall adjustment policy, no war stagger no more. Lily, up for 1+2, charge level 2, doesn't war stagger no more. Nina, back 2 on hit or 2-2. The action was originally unintended to pull only by certain characters, but it was intended to be for all characters. So it has been fixed. I don't know. That's like nothing, right? Doing heat, 1+2 hold, charge at level 2. Quarterback 3-2-1, down 1-2 hold, and deep drive 2-1. In accordance with the overall policy, war stagger is no longer triggered on block. Alright, 4-2, doing hit from down 4-4. Fix an issue with the amount of recovery guards restored was lower than intended when transitioning to deep dive doing dance. So he got buffed. So he got buffed a little bit with the 4-2. Forward 1+2, and then down forward. Fix an issue with performance-specific inputs have forced the opponent to block would result in guaranteed follow-ups. Okay, so forward 1+2 into Wasain 3-2, and Wasain 4 doesn't work anymore. Reina, doing heat 1-4-4, adjust an issue when specific situations such as near walls moves with often whiff animation. Reina, down 2, 3+1+2 in heat. Fix an issue with incorrect damage scale on airborne hits was causing higher than intended combo damage. Shaheem, stealth step, down forward 1-3. Fix an issue with hit dash could be triggered on whiff. Shaheem's down 1. Change the opponent's behavior on hit to make them stand up facing forward. The change was made because the long period of unrecoverable time allowed for unblockable situations with Sasa and axis shifting attacks. Adjusted the collision on hit to reduce instances of character swapping positions near the walls. Yeah, that was broken, right? Zayu, Hypnosis 2, 4-4-4, 4-3+4, 3+4. No more war stagger. Yoshimitsu 4-2, no more war stagger. And Safina, back 1+2. Change the opponent's behavior on hit to make them stand up facing forward. This change was made because the long period on recovery with sidestep and axis shifting adjustments. Adjustments to the collision on hit or reduce instances of character swapping Position the awards. All right. Honestly, man, after I read everything, this joint is still broken as hell, bro. They fixed some brain rot, mix up stuff, but there's still other characters like Victor and other characters that can still looping you all day. So it's like the characters that you know they nerfed a bit, like Lars and you know Jin and stuff like that. Like somebody could just play somebody else. Like you could just play Victor and loop somebody, or Asosana and loop you all day. You know, there's still mad characters that could still rush you down with no fucks given. So I think if you quit the game before, this patch is not gonna make you play this game again. It's not gonna make you play this game again. Yeah, like Oscar didn't get touched. At least June got touched. At least King got touched. You know, at least Jin got touched. At least Lars got touched. At least Paul got touched. Oh, you know what I noticed? Jack didn't get touched. Jack could still do 2-1 into up forward, whatever. Duh, they ain't changed Jack. Duh, he's still top 5. They left his ass alone. They ain't do nothing to Jack. Yeah, nah, Jack wasn't in here. They ain't do nothing to Jack. Yeah, they ain't do nothing to Jack. Jack got changed? Where? I don't see it. He's not in this list. Where? I don't see Jack. Look, Jin, June, Kazuya, King, Kuma, Lars, Law, Lydia, Nina, Paul, Reina. Yeah, I don't see him. Oh, there's another one too? Go back. Is this a second page? I thought there was only one page. What's the other page? Before Jin? I only see one page here. Yeah, this is this page. I don't see no other page. Up, that's the only pages. Is this one? Oh, there you go. This is mad. This page is mad bootleg. So we missed a bunch of characters. All right, let's keep going. All right, this is bootleg. An update of Anna receiving bug fix and adjustment of certain moves, specifically for heat moves involving 3 consecutive shots. Lovely time 1-2-1-2 and 4-4-3-2. The return was deemed excessively high near the wall, so the opponent behavior on hit has been adjusted. Additionally, considering the ongoing balance direction of reduced chip damage and future updates, the amount of chip damage during weakened state, she shouldn't have weakened state at all. They shouldn't have weakened state at all. Like, that should be completely taken out. Alright, doing heat 1-2-1-2. Oh, that's that dump, bam, 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 boom, 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 right? That's bam, 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 boom, 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 right? 1-2-1-2, 1-2-1-2. Adjusted the opponent's behavior on final hit so that it no longer triggers wall splat. Good, that shit shouldn't wall splat. Fix an issue where the projectile will not fly straight forward and could potentially hit opponent's position. That's still broken. That's all natural. That joint is all natural. The only thing they did is that it doesn't wall splat no more. That joint still does mad damage and it's all natural. It has mad range and it creates that dumb Final Fantasy effect. Whatever. Doing chaos adjustment 3-2 and chaos adjustment doing heat. Adjusted opponent behavior on fire hits so it no longer triggers wall splat. Okay. Fix an issue with a projectile will not fly towards forward and could potentially hit opponent's position to the side or behind. It seemed like all her. This is some real lazy Anna patches. Basically, what they did is they just made everything not wall splat anymore, and that's it. 4-4 running 3-2. Adjusted the opponent's behavior on final hits so it no longer triggers wall splat and doing heat running 3-2. Oh yeah, that's a slide into bazooka. It doesn't wall splat. Yeah, so it's basically her stuff just doesn't wall splat, but it still does the dumb stuff that it does, right? Still does the chip damage and the guaranteed and the Final Fantasy effects. Doing heat 1-2-1-2. of running 3-2 and Chaos Judgment 3-2. In line with Judgment Policy, the triggered move so that no longer triggers Wall Stun. Okay, so it doesn't have heavy plus on the wall no more, so that's good. Fragile. Reduce the chip damage applied when blocking moves against an opponent in weakened state. Okay, so it's not as much chip damage, right? Fix an issue where heat dash can be performed after whiffing in specific situations. Doing Chaos Judgment 2-1. Fixed a bug where multi-hitting attacks with Power Crusher properties would sometimes fail to be absorbed completely, resulting in the player being hit. Fix an issue where an action that should have been exclusive to certain characters could unintentionally be performed by all characters. Oh, that was that glitch that she would slap you and you turn into Gold Dust and steal all her moves. That was OD. Fix it, you turn into a JoJo character. Fix a bug when unintended moves can be triggered by specific command inputs. Yeah, he turn you into Gold Dust JoJo boys. Doing pleasure time. Ooh. Squad Edition loves pleasure time. Ooh, take your meat out. Ooh. Change the opponent's behavior on hit to make them stand up facing forward. This change was made because a long period of unrecoverable time allowed for unblockable situations with side steps and axis shifting attacks. Adjusted the collision on hit to reduce instant character swap and position near war. So she's still broken. All they did was make all her stuff not war splat no more, but she's still broken. Alright. She's still broken. None of that bazooka nonsense should do what it does. It shouldn't be natural combo. That joint should be unsafe on block, and it shouldn't be doing what it does. So Asuka only got one chain, so Asuka's still busted. Doing Gusto, running 1+2, down back 1+2. The move no longer war stagger, so she's still broken. Okay, good job, Namco. Okay, Brian. Brian received a adjustment to new move received to New York Grim Reaper, crouching down 4-3. That joint is OD. That's the quarterback 3 soccer ball kick boys. While Neo Green Reaper offers high reward on hit, it came with a very low risk when getting blocked. Despite being a low attack, as a result, the move became extremely useful during Snake Eyes activation during heat, overshadowing other options. This led to a noticeable reduction in gameplay variety and player individuality. Taking these points into account, we have decided to implement a primitive adjustment to Brian's performance as part of a broader balance direction plan for future updates. Doing Snake Eyes while crouching down 4-3. The opponent's recovery time when blocking has been reduced by 1 frame. An advantage on block has been changed to -12 to -30. That joint should be -14, son. -13 is not enough to stop him from doing that dumb shit. The consumption of remaining heat has been changed from 2. Okay, so it takes away more heat. Adjust so that counter hit no longer. Yeah, hold that stinky ass Mickey Mouse Brian players. Yeah. It doesn't war splat no more. Yeah, take that. Take that. Alright, Snake Eyes 4-4 1+2 and successful attack revolver 4-4-3. It doesn't war stack, so no more plus on the wall. Hold that. Claudio running 1+2. It doesn't war adjust, and Claudio's still top there. Thank you, Namco, for only 1 nerf. Clive, you got nerfs, Clive? Yeah, Clive, and I ain't talking about Calvin Klein. Yeah, expensive ass store. Season 2 move, Staff of Judgment 4-4 1+2. Staff of Judgment had long reach and allowed Cloud to maintain offense pressure even when blocked, and yielded high reward on counter hit. As a result, it diminished the utility of other moves, led to a reduction in gameplay diversity and individuality. Oh, they're using big words now, Namco. Good job. Take these points into consideration. We have decided to implement a primary adjustment to classic performances in line with the broader balancing direction planned for future updates. Reduce the damage on counter hit from 60 to 50. The opponent's recovery time when blocking has been reduced by 1 frame, and the advantage on block has been changed from +4 to +3. Yeah, that's good. Only +3. I love it. Like McDonald's, I'm loving it. Change the chip damage on block from 6 chip damage to 2. Hold that. Heat 2+3. In accordance with the overall adjustment policy, wall stagger is no longer triggered on block. Okay, whatever. Fix an issue when inputting forward followed by 1 while running would prevent follow-up moves by being executed. Okay. Devilgen down back 1+2 doesn't wall trigger no more. The wall stagger no more. Eddies 2+3 and quarter 4 doesn't wall stagger no more on block on the wall. Eddies up for 3+4. Adjust the opponent's behavior when the first attack hits a down opponent. This fix addressing the issue when unintended combos are possible against certain attacks when hitting a downward opponent. Okay, that's a nerf, right? At the round start. Fixing the issue when untamed behavior could occur at the start of a round. I don't know what that is. Down 3. Change the opponent's behavior on hits to make them stand up facing forward. This change was made because a long period of unrecoverable time allowed for unblockable situation with sidestep and axis hitting attacks, shifting attacks. Adjust the collision on hit to reduce instances of character swapping position near walls. Fang's Heat Smash 2+3, 2 into hold 1+2. Okay, so all that stuff doesn't war stagger no more. And Hachi's crouch dash down forward 3 doesn't war stagger no more. Huaran's down 3+4. Change the opponent's behavior. Okay, so Huaran is still busted. They ain't nerfed that dumbass move he got. That 2 double kick joint that's mad plus and tracks and everything. Okay, so he's still broken. The only thing they did is change down 3+4 for the instances where you swap near the wall. Jack 8. Season Jack 8 received behavior fix as well, rebalancing in a new move. Make some noise. Make some noise can be performed as a follow from Jack's 8 close range from core move 2-1, allowing him to create a highly advantaged situation simply by forcing the opponent to block. This made it difficult to counter, enabling Jack 8 to apply strong offense pressure with minimum risk. Additionally, the move proved excessively powerful in terms of both combo dash and chip dash, promoting a need for rebalancing. Taking these factors into account, a permanent adjustment has been made in plan for the Jack 8 to scale back the performance of the move in line with broader, balanced policy plan for future updates. 2-1 into upward 1+2. The damage changed from 30 to 20 frames. 30 to 20 damage. The chip damage on block has been changed from 12 to 4. Oh, so it does way more chip damage, way less. The opponent recovery time when blocking has been reduced by -3 frames. And the advantage on block has been changed from +8 to +5. That's still a lot though. Can you even do anything after +5? Yeah, you can arm and heat, but you can't really press. The attack hitbox has been reduced to mitigate the unintended curse of hitting opponents behind you. I don't think that nerf is enough because +5 you still gotta hold that, but at least you could heat or armor, but you still could get grabbed and everything. Yeah, +5, yeah, it's still uninterruptible, yeah. The only thing you could do is just raw heat. 2-1 up for 1+2. Correcting the issue with the third input and the sequence could be executed 5 frames earlier than intended. Okay, so up for 1+2 is gonna be slower. So you probably could like hit them out of it or sidewalk it, right? Fix an issue in practice where the CPU would not perform certain increment after a down hit. Correct the button and then avoid the enemy. Alright, so final thoughts of me reading all this stuff in the patch. All they actually did, I'm gonna be real with you, is that basically the stagger you get on a wall after certain moves, characters don't get it no more, so they don't get the heavy plus. But overall, from what I read, the game is still heavily broken still. So I don't think this patch is gonna make people want to play this game still. They have a lot of work to do, so it's kind of disappointing reading all these notes. They have a lot to do, man. Yeah, the heat engage a nerf, but it's still not enough. It's still an uninterruptible mix-up still. Is it +9? You still can't do none after +9, right? So it's not enough, man. You're still eating a free 50-50. You're still eating a free 50-50. But, you know, if you deleted Tekken and you quit Tekken, this is not gonna make you install the game again. It's not. It's not. So I'm gonna be real with you. If you're a tournament player, you're gonna have to just live with it, bro. You're gonna have to live with it, man. Because from what I see, like, yeah, it's a little bit better. It is a little bit better that you can't get looped by certain characters, but they ain't changed the other characters that can still loop you. But you can still get mixed up. But, you know, but that's it. Let me know in the comments what y'all think. I'm definitely gonna play the new patch, and I'll let you guys know what I think, and I'll upload some videos on the patch of me playing and whatnot. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.